My name is Jake Parker, a 36-year-old financial analyst living in Denver, Colorado. I grew up in a small town in Wyoming, where life was simple, and community meant everything. My parents instilled in me the values of hard work, honesty, and integrity. They ran a local grocery store, and I spent most of my childhood helping out, learning the ropes of business and the importance of family. My younger sister Lisa and I were inseparable, sharing dreams and aspirations of making it big one day. I moved to Denver for college, attending the University of Colorado Boulder, where I majored in finance. It was at a friend's party during my sophomore year that I met Laura. She was an art major, full of life and creativity. Her laughter was infectious, and her outlook on life was refreshing. We bonded over our love for hiking and exploring the Rockies, often spending weekends on trails and camping under the stars. Our different backgrounds seemed to complement each other perfectly. Laura and I started dating soon after we met. Our relationship was passionate and intense, filled with late-night conversations about our dreams and aspirations. I admired her free spirit and creativity, while she appreciated my stability and pragmatism. We graduated and decided to stay in Denver, where she opened her art gallery, and I began my career as a financial analyst. We moved in together, rented a cozy apartment downtown, and built a life filled with love and shared goals. We got married in a small ceremony at a beautiful mountain lodge surrounded by friends and family. The early years of our marriage were filled with adventure and growth. We traveled extensively, exploring Europe and Asia, drawing inspiration from the different cultures and experiences. Laura's art flourished, and her gallery became one of the most talked-about spots in Denver's art scene. I climbed the corporate ladder, earning promotions and respect in my field. Life was good, and we were happy. However, about 8 years into our marriage, things began to change. Laura became more distant, often staying late at the gallery or going out with friends. I noticed subtle changes. She was more protective of her phone, there were unexplained charges on our credit card, and she seemed less interested in our conversations. I tried to dismiss my concerns, attributing her behavior to the pressures of her growing business. But deep down, I felt something was wrong. My suspicions grew as time passed. Laura's behavior became increasingly erratic. She would go on business trips more frequently, often to cities like New York and Los Angeles, where she claimed to have important exhibitions and meetings. She became secretive, hiding her phone and stepping out to take calls. I felt a growing sense of unease but couldn't bring myself to confront her without concrete evidence. I started paying closer attention to the details, trying to piece together what was happening. Feeling a mix of anger and heartbreak, I decided to hire a private investigator to get to the bottom of things. I found a reputable investigator named Mark, who had years of experience dealing with cases of infidelity. Mark was thorough and discreet, promising to provide me with the truth, no matter how painful it might be. He began his investigation, following Laura during her trips and monitoring her interactions. After weeks of investigation, Mark presented me with his findings. Laura was having an affair with David, a fellow artist she had met through a mutual friend. The evidence was overwhelming: photos of them together, detailed reports of their meetings, and even records of their trips disguised as business travel. They had been seeing each other for months, meeting up in secret, and even traveling together under the guise of art exhibitions. My world shattered as I stared at the evidence, feeling a profound sense of betrayal. I knew I had to confront Laura, but I needed to gather my thoughts and emotions first. I spent a sleepless night going over everything, trying to understand how things had gone so wrong. The next evening, I waited for Laura to come home. When she walked through the door, I showed her the evidence. Dear viewers, more than 90% watch my content without subscribing. If you still have not subscribed, then I ask you to do so. For me, this is the best motivation to continue. She broke down in tears, admitting to the affair and begging for forgiveness. She claimed it was a mistake, a moment of weakness that spiraled out of control. I was torn between my love for her and the overwhelming sense of betrayal. Despite my anger and hurt, I agreed to try counseling. We found a therapist who specialized in marital issues and began weekly sessions. The sessions were intense and emotionally draining, forcing us to confront the issues in our marriage. Laura was remorseful and committed to making things right, but I struggled to move past the betrayal. The trust we had built over the years was shattered, and I couldn't shake the image of her with David. After several months of counseling, it became clear that our marriage was beyond repair. The sessions only seemed to confirm that the trust and connection we once had were gone. We both came to the painful realization that it was time to move on. We agreed to an amicable divorce, deciding to split our assets and go our separate ways. The process was painful and emotionally draining, but I knew it was the only way to start healing. The divorce process was a whirlwind of legal proceedings and emotional turmoil. We divided our assets, sold our house, and worked out the details of our separation. I moved into a small apartment, trying to adjust to my new reality. The loneliness was overwhelming at times, but I focused on rebuilding my life. Friends and family were supportive, offering words of encouragement and reminding me that I was not alone. During this time, I sought advice from friends and family. My best friend Mark, a lawyer in New York, was a great support. He reminded me that life was on, an opportunity to rediscover myself. I also started seeing a therapist, Dr. Simmons, who helped me work through my emotions and begin the process of rebuilding my life. Dr. Simmons encouraged me to focus on self-care and activities that brought me joy and fulfillment. Months turned into a year, and slowly, I started to rebuild my life. I threw myself into my work, earning a promotion that provided a welcome distraction. I also took up new hobbies, like hiking and cooking, which helped me find joy in everyday activities. I reconnected with old friends and joined a local gym, where I made new ones. These activities filled the void left by a broken marriage, purpose and fulfillment. As time passed, I began to feel like myself again. The pain of the past was still there, but it no longer defined me. I learned to appreciate the present and look forward to the future. I started dating again, meeting new people, and rediscovering the excitement of romance. Life was different, but it was also full of new possibilities. I embraced these opportunities with an open heart, determined to make the most of my second chance at happiness. One of the most significant steps in my healing was taking a solo trip to the West. I spent 2 weeks exploring the rugged coastline, hiking through the lush forests, and finding peace in the natural beauty around me. During this trip, I truly began peace with my past and optimistic about my future. The solitude and beauty of nature provided a backdrop for reflection and self-discovery. Back in Denver, I continued to make new connections. I joined a book club where I met people who shared my love for literature. I also volunteered at a local animal shelter, finding fulfillment in helping others. These new relationships and activities filled the void left by my broken marriage, giving me a renewed sense of community and purpose. I realized that life was about more than just romantic relationships. It was about building a rich and fulfilling existence. I learned to balance my work and personal life, making time for the things that brought me joy. I continued to advance in my career while also dedicating time to my hobbies and social activities. This balance helped me maintain a sense of well-being and prevented me from falling back into old patterns of overworking. I found joy in simple pleasures and made a conscious effort to live a balanced and fulfilling life. After a few years, I felt ready to dive back into the dating world more seriously. I met Lisa, a marketing executive who shared my love for travel and adventure. We clicked instantly, and our relationship blossomed. We took trips together, explored new cities, and enjoyed each other's company. It was a refreshing change, and I felt hopeful about the future. Lisa was kind, supportive, and understanding of my past, and our relationship brought a new sense of joy and excitement into my life. With Lisa, I felt a sense of peace and contentment that I hadn't felt in a long time. She brought out the best in me, and our relationship was built on mutual respect and trust. We shared many common interests and supported each other's dreams. As our relationship deepened, I realized that I was ready to open my heart again. We talked about our future together, making plans and dreaming about the possibilities. After dating Lisa for over a year, we decided to move in together. It was a big step, but it felt right. We found a cozy apartment in a vibrant neighborhood, close to parks and cafes. Living together brought us even closer, and our home became a sanctuary where we could relax and be ourselves. We enjoyed decorating our space, making it a reflection of our shared tastes and personalities. From time to time, memories of my marriage to Laura would resurface. While they no longer held the same pain, they served as reminders of how far I had come. I occasionally heard updates about Laura through mutual friends. She had moved to another city and seemed to be doing well. Dear viewers, I ask you to subscribe to the channel under this video. I will be very grateful to you. I wished her well and hoped she had found happiness. I realized that holding on to resentment would only hold me back, and I chose to let go and focus on the positive aspects of my life. As my relationship with Lisa deepened, I found myself more committed to building a future together. We continued to explore our shared interests, traveling to new places and creating lasting memories. We also faced challenges together, supporting each other through difficult times and growing stronger as a couple. Our love was built on a foundation of trust, respect, and mutual support, and I felt grateful for the second chance at happiness. During this time, I also experienced new career opportunities. I was offered a position at a prestigious financial firm in Chicago, which required us to consider relocating. After discussing it with Lisa, we decided to take the leap. Moving to a new city was both exciting and daunting, but we saw it as a chance to start fresh and build a new life together. The move brought new challenges, but also new opportunities for growth and adventure. Moving to Chicago was a significant change, but it brought new energy and excitement into our lives. We found a beautiful apartment with a view of the skyline and quickly adapted to our new surroundings. Lisa found a great job in marketing, and I thrived in my new role. We explored the city together, discovering its vibrant culture, food scene, and outdoor activities. Chicago became our new home, and we embraced the opportunities it offered. In Chicago, we continued to build our life together. We made new friends, joined local clubs, and became active in our community. We also took advantage of the city's many cultural offerings, attending concerts, theater performances, and art exhibitions. Our life was rich and fulfilling, and we felt grateful for the new beginning. We also started talking about our long-term plans, including the possibility of starting a family. Our journey was not without its challenges. We faced personal and professional setbacks, but we tackled them together, supporting each other through difficult times. We learned the importance of communication, trust, and patience, and our relationship grew stronger as a result. These challenges taught us valuable lessons and reinforced our commitment to each other. We realized that facing adversity together only made us stronger and more resilient. As time passed, our bond continued to strengthen. We celebrated each other's successes and supported each other through failures. We made time for each other, ensuring that our relationship remained a priority despite our busy lives. Our love deepened, and we felt a sense of contentment and fulfillment that we had never experienced before. We knew that we were building a life together that was based on mutual respect, love, and shared dreams. We also became more engaged with our community. We volunteered at local charities, participated in neighborhood events, and built meaningful connections with our neighbors. Giving back and being part of something bigger than ourselves brought a new sense of purpose and fulfillment into our lives. We felt connected to our community and found joy in contributing to the well-being of others. As I reflect on my journey, I feel a profound sense of gratitude. The experience of infidelity, betrayal, and divorce was one of the most challenging periods of my life, but it also led me to a place of growth and renewal. I discovered strengths I didn't know I had, built new relationships, and found a love that brought me joy and fulfillment. Lisa and I are now planning our future together, looking forward to new adventures and possibilities. Lisa and I began discussing the idea of starting a family. The thought of becoming parents was both exciting and daunting, but we felt ready to take on the challenge together. We talked about our hopes and dreams for our future children and how we wanted to raise them. We also considered the practical aspects, such as finding a suitable home and balancing our careers with parenthood. The conversations brought us even closer as we shared our vision for our future family. We started making preparations for parenthood, researching parenting techniques, attending classes, and setting up a nursery. We talked to friends and family who were parents, seeking advice and support. The process was both exciting and overwhelming, but we faced it together with optimism and determination. We felt ready to embark on this new chapter in our lives and looked forward to the joys and challenges of raising a family. When Lisa told me she was pregnant, I was overjoyed. The news brought a new level of excitement and anticipation into our lives. We shared the news with our friends and family, who were equally thrilled. The months that followed were filled with preparations, doctor visits, and baby showers. We eagerly awaited the arrival of our baby, feeling a deep sense of love and connection with each other and our growing family. The day our baby was born was the happiest day of my life. Holding our child in my arms, I felt an overwhelming sense of love and gratitude. Lisa and I were filled with joy as we welcomed our baby into the world. The sleepless nights and endless diaper changes were challenging, but they were also filled with moments of profound happiness and bonding. Our lives were forever changed, and we embraced our new roles as parents with open hearts. Parenthood brought new challenges and joys into our lives. We learned to navigate the ups and downs, supporting each other through sleepless nights and teething troubles. Our bond grew stronger as we worked together to raise our child, sharing the responsibilities and joys of parenthood. We made time for each other, ensuring that our relationship remained a priority, even amid the demands of raising a baby. As our child grew, so did our love and commitment to each other. We celebrated milestones together, from first steps to first words, and created lasting memories. We also continued to pursue our individual interests and careers, finding a balance between work and family life. Our home was filled with love, laughter, and the joyful chaos of family life. We felt grateful for the journey that had brought us to this point and looked forward to the future with optimism and excitement. I decided to share my story, hoping that it might help others going through similar experiences. I started a blog, writing about my journey and the lessons I had learned. The response was overwhelming, with many readers reaching out to share their own stories and offer words of support. The experience of connecting with others and providing support was deeply fulfilling, and it reinforced my belief in the power of resilience and community. Life continued to evolve, bringing new challenges and opportunities. Lisa and I continued to grow together, supporting each other through the highs and lows. Our child grew and thrived, bringing joy and meaning into our lives. We faced the future with optimism, knowing that we had the strength and resilience to overcome any obstacles. We continued to build a life filled with love, connection, and fulfillment. As I write this, I feel a profound sense of gratitude. The journey through infidelity, betrayal, and divorce was one of the most challenging experiences of my life, but it also led me to a place of growth and renewal. I discovered strengths I didn't know I had, built new relationships, and found a love that brought me joy and fulfillment. Lisa and I are now planning our future together, looking forward to new adventures and possibilities. In the end, the pain of the past has been replaced by hope for the future. I am no longer defined by my wife's infidelity, but by the strength and resilience I found within myself. I am ready to continue this journey, embracing each new chapter with an open heart and a hopeful spirit. Life is unpredictable, but I've learned that it's also full of opportunities for renewal and growth, and for that, I am deeply grateful.